This is repeatedly crossing paths. And this is group stalking by helicopter. As you can see, this is a 24/7 aspect of the pattern of conduct. And it is 7:37 a.m. And this is also amplified audible activity. It's also louder than it actually is. This is demonic, what you're witnessing. Demonic that you're engaging in group stalking, that you are stalking an American citizen by helicopter is terrorism. But this is demonic in and of itself. This is in directed light, and this is pacing back and forth in a helicopter, just like you saw while I was en route to Mercy House, by the way. That's not a coincidence. Under what is the specific environment, the fake sun is right here over the museum, as I've already documented as well. That's Crossing Path by Amazon Prime. That's intentional presence. Understand that. The entity engages in symbolic threatening conduct, monitoring and group stalking with the entity. They're acting as one. And this is what I'm speaking to. This is what I'm referencing when I state the grounds of federal prison, both for the government that's engaging in federal group stalking and the people of the state. And all the ways in which this entity engages in obstruction of justice while it's engaging in this criminal activity. This is exactly what Southwest Airlines was participating in, by the way. Group stalking commercial airline planes flying over me by Delta Airlines. This is what the entity is doing, acting in concert with this government. Group stalking by helicopter, commercial airline planes. And this is demonic pacing, going around in a circle. This is entirely demented. It's relevant positioning, audible activity, and doing so in what is engineered light. And monitoring with the minions that are in traffic. Those are the same minions I show you on video driving in directed light. They're monitoring right now. And they're doing so with the government that's pacing around in helicopter. This is a demonic scene. This is terrorism. It is interstate stalking in violation of federal law. They are monitoring with communication devices. It's 7:39 a.m. They're flying over the Mestiza Cake House and Cafe. That's called being in relevant position. This is what they were doing last night, by the way, flying directly over my head while I was standing outside of the senior center, the Village at Sierra. That's a senior citizen apartment complex. This is what the entity was doing, again, as I documented, walking to what is Mercy House yesterday in the morning. And this is what the entity is doing while I exit out of the Fontana Lewis Library. And what do you see as I documented that? The light source, the fake sun right over that Fontana Lewis Library. That's exactly what's over this museum right now. That which is not possibly the sun, as I'm documenting. And this is not only demonic, accomplishing what is criminal with regard to monitoring. This is hostility by also not only the public entity of the state of California. This is a demonic entity. This is hostility. I continue to document and continue to document. And while the entity engages in this, this is the very evidence which is substantiating federal policy for what shall be a federal prison for a government and the people of the state, whatever state that is, where you're subject to surveillance as the entity is engaging in, and engaging in terrorism. That's what this is when the entity is engaging in what is federal group stalking and monitoring. It is state surveillance and terrorism. Understand what the people are doing, just as I document them by license plate. Those demons are driving around in directed light all over the asphalt, all that's on the ground, that's supposedly ricocheting. It's supposed to be that's not sunlight. They're driving in directed light. They're group stalking in directed light, as I've shown you. And this demon is flying in circles in relevant position, monitoring with them in directed light in the specific environment, amplified audible activity, and targeting and harassing with that entity. They're one. It is not different in any way when I'm inside of a facilitating venue where I'm documenting inside a Chino library, inside of Fontana Lewis Library. inside of any grocery store, inside of on public transportation. This is the entity that I'm documenting while I'm sitting on the bus, and I'm documenting license plates. This is the state of California, and this is the entity that they're monitoring with. It's 7:42 a.m. Do not be mistaken. They're monitoring with the Ontario Fire Department, who you saw engaging in criminal summoning. That's why they engage in such criminal acts. It's facilitation, monitoring with the same government. This is in the Ontario Fire Department, a demon-possessed agency, demonstrating demon possession as well. They are in relevant position right now, not only their fire station, but they are the same entity monitoring. Okay, they're monitoring right now. With the Ontario Fire Department, they are monitoring while you're looking at this entity flying in circles right here in relevant position in the specific environment by helicopter. That's amplified audible activity. This is the people of the state in relevant position. It's 7:43 a.m. And again, this is the priority, contrary to what demon-possessed third-party group stalking minions who are being heavily documented would like to confess about. This is how important I am. This is how much they engage in stalking, all the resources that they expend in order to engage in stalking. All right, and this is a shared priority by the demon-possessed population, the people of the state. They're stalking right now. They're in a specific environment. This is what is group stalking. It is currently 7:44 a.m. This is P.O.C. That's documentation of what is the terrorizing threat by an entity engaged in federal stalking. It's harassment and intimidation by an entity engaged in federal stalking. That's a demon driving nothing other than a school bus in relevant position, crossing path. They're doing so in that specific environment as one. This is P.O.C.